Welcome to Thai PBS English News Service. I'm Lungtip Chonapalai. Today and tomorrow, Thailand and Cambodia are holding their 5th Joint Boundary Commission meeting, or the JBC, focusing on the technical details to be included in the terms of reference to be used for carrying out orthoportal mapping along the common border, which is the first step prior to border demarcation. Here's more with Kun Somsuk Kasiti Padit.
Prior to the JBC meeting this morning at the Royal Orchid Sheraton Hotel, Mr. Bandit Soti Palalit, who is the Thai chairman of the Joint Boundary Commission or JBC, embraced his Cambodian counterpart, Mr. Wa Kim Hong, Cambodian senior minister in charge of border affairs, who is also Cambodia JBC chairman. Mr. Bandit said before the meeting, he was hopeful that, with strong determination from both countries, the two-day meeting could have pushed forward boundary demarcation of the 798-kilometer-long common border. The main topics for discussion are technical details to be included in the terms of reference related to guidelines for carrying out orthophoto mapping along the common border. Mr. Thani Thongpakdi, Foreign Ministry spokesman, said once agreement on technical terms was reached, both sides would select a foreign company to carry out the assigned tasks. The spokesman said discussion would also be held concerning the proposed site of a new border permanent checkpoint in Aranya Pratet of Sakya province, opposite Stungbot of Cambodia's Bantian Meanchai province.
As you may recall, the leaders of both countries, of Thailand and Cambodia, had discussed the opening of a border checkpoint at Stungbot, where both sides felt that it would be beneficial for both the people on both sides as well as for trade between both countries. Therefore, it has been agreed a principle of the opening of a border checkpoint at Stungbot. There remains technical issues that have to be discussed. So this is being done both at the JBC meeting in Bogor last year as well as during this meeting today. So once all the technical details have been worked out, this will pave the way for the opening of the border posts.
The previous Thai-Cambodia JBC meeting was held in Indonesia on April last year, after brief border fighting in early February, while Indonesia, as the host of last year's ASEAN Summit, offered to help broker talks aimed at diffusing border conflict over the dispute 4.6 square kilometer area Ala Pravihan Temple.
The Prime Minister will, for this entire week, travel along the major water routes to plan out a better and more united water management plan. Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra and a handful of cabinet members arrived in the northern province of Uttaradit as their first destination to see the problems of the area and to visit the Sirikit Dam. The Sirikit Reservoir is currently at 75% capacity, holding 7.2 billion cubic meters of water. The game plan is to ensure the Sirikit Dam and the reservoir hold water during the rainy season, which means reducing current levels to only 45% before April. 49 million cubic meters are gushing out of this dam every day. Smith Thomas Road, member of the Strategic Committee of Water Resources Management, says the Prime Minister's visit will at least create more confidence from the public. He believes this year the government will be better prepared to tackle the floods. Yingluck Shinawatra was in Parliament earlier today to insist to the upper house members that the 4 emergency decrees seen by the public as controversial are actually essential if Thailand wishes to protect itself from the floods and create international trust. The Premier says her February 13th and 17th visit across the country will help initiate a more united approach in solving flood problems this year. Tomorrow, the Prime Minister will listen to the results of the meetings from provincial and local administrators. During flood last year, the spread of leptospirosis was a constant concern, though fortunately there were no reports of outbreaks. Associate Professor Seri Suparati said that a drought in Thailand might be a more severe natural disaster than the floods due to the La Nina climate phenomenon. During the seminar on the effects of flooding on health and research to cope with the flood, Associate Professor Seri Suparatit, Director of Center of Climate and Natural Disaster Studies, Rangsit University, said that although the government has come up with a plan to prepare 2 million rai of land as well as floodways in central Thailand, this solution might not be able to drain all water, depend on the amount of water involved. He further stated that future weather forecasts might not be able to predict storm activity after La Nina. There is a risk that the storms may occur without being able to indicate where and when. This seminar was held to discuss and exchange views between researchers from Chulalongkorn University and Mahidol University. The research also found out that there were no reports of widespread of leptospirosis during the flood last year. Leptospirosis can cause severe diarrhea and even death. The joint forces from 6 countries participating in the Cobra gold drill have been practicing evacuating citizens from emergency situations. Military units from the U.S. and across the region were in Rayong yesterday to participate in evacuation drills. The exercises included patting down citizens and leading them to helicopters in an orderly fashion. Well-rehearsed procedures like this proved invaluable when the earthquake and tsunami hit Japan in March 2011. More than 13,000 military personnel from 7 countries, namely the US, Japan, Indonesia, South Korea, Singapore, Malaysia, and Thailand, joined the biggest joint military exercise in Asia, which has taken place annually since 1982. Following the issuing of an emergency decree to transfer 1.14 trillion baht of the Financial Institution Development Fund, or the FIDF debt, to the Bank of Thailand, or BOT, today the Finance Minister announced that the levies of 0.47% will be collected from deposits from commercial banks. According to the recent emergency decrees issued by the government, which require the Bank of Thailand, or the BOT, to service the 1.14 trillion baht of public debt incurred by the Financial Institution Development Fund, or the FIDF, Kitirat Naranong, Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister, announced that levies will be increased to 0.47% from 0.4% on deposits from commercial banks. 0.46% of the levies will be given to the Bank of Thailand to pay FIDF debt, while the remaining of the 0.01% will go to the Deposit Protection Agency, or the DPA. Jakit Parapantakul, Director of Public Debt Management Office, stated that as of now, we cannot estimate when the 1.14 trillion baht debt will be paid in total, because this rate will be adjusted every 3 years. Meanwhile, scholars have been widely discussing the competitiveness of commercial banks and state-owned banks following the start of this new rate of levy. Earlier, I spoke to the Assistant Professor Thanawat Phonvichai, Vice President of the University of the Thai Chamber of Commerce, who has expressed his concern about the competitiveness between Thailand's commercial banks and state-owned banks. Here's more.
I think right now every party, BOT and commercial bank, try to find a way to please the government satisfaction. I think it's the best thing. And commercial bank try to find the solution for every party as well. They think they have to maintain their competitiveness with the specific finance institution of the government sector. So they try to tell the government, don't increase the surcharge so much, and they can accept the surcharge about 0.4 to 0.6%. I think they try to please the government, and I think they try to help the country. But in the long run, if the government can reduce the surcharge rate from 0.6 at now, maybe to the 0.4 or 0.3, I think it should benefit for the country, because they can lower loan rate to the borrower. I think right now they try to do everything. And when commercial bank accept the rule and BOT agree with the rule, I think investor will get more confident.
The committee of the Computer Tablets project for first grade students will hold a meeting tomorrow to further discuss details on the possibility of trading rice from Thailand for computer tablets from China. Following the Pheu Thai party policy to provide computer tablets to the first grade students, the Prime Minister has asked those managing the project to have the tablets ready by the start of the new school year in May. Tomorrow, the committee of the Computer Tablets project will meet to discuss rules and regulations on the possibility of trading rice from Thailand for computer tablets from China before opening the procurement up for bidding among private companies. The Ministry of Education has proposed the price of not more than 3,000 baht per computer tablets. Akson Sripanitsarn, a scholar on Thai-China trade relations from Thammasat University, disagrees with the ways in which government will trade rice for computer tablets. She said that this buying process involves many parties and this might lead to problems of commission fees. Akson Sri pointed out that during the visit to Thailand last year, Chinese Vice President gave out a few hundred computer tablets to Thai students to try out, but in return may land a huge project from the Thai government. Meanwhile, Nipon Wongtrangan, former director of the marketing organization for farmers, does not believe that Thailand would lose more than 50 billion baht from trading the rice for computer tablets. They say love must be patient. Well, 7 couples have been attempting to keep their lips locked since yesterday until tomorrow, which is the Valentine's Day, as they try to break current kissing record of kissing for almost 48 hours non-stop. Here's more.
46 hours, 24 minutes and 9 seconds is the time Lakana Tiranarat and her husband had their lips touching in 2011. 7 couples, gay and straight, have signed up with Ripley's in Pattaya, aiming to break the previous world record. Competitors weren't allowed to move from their space of 1 square meter and are only allowed to eat and drink through a straw. A restroom break will only be allowed if a referee comes too. And the winner of this event will not only gain the new world record, but also bring home a diamond ring worth 100,000 baht and 200,000 baht more in prize money.
And that's wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS English News Service. I'm Rung Tip Chonapawai. Thank you for watching. Sawadee ka.